Okay, I want to do a video about how white yuppies ruin history, okay? A friend of mine, at least I think he's a friend of mine, after all, he did try very hard to convince me my life was worth living, tried to argue with me that the Native Americans founded the United States and there was not rampant cannibalism here before Europeans, and even after Europeans came here and, tried to stamp it out, okay? Now, I'm going to leave links to resources. These aren't great resources. Really, the only people that don't know that Native Americans ate each other are people that are ignorant of these things, okay? In fact, one of my favorite jokes with somebody that means a great deal to me were the cannibalistic jokes. I think that one joke where I offered to feed you the still beating hearts of your enemies was the one that kind of pushed it over the edge. That was a joke, though. Anyhow, some of the tribes that ate people are, of course, the Iroquois and many in the southwest, like the Nez Perce. And it was used primarily as a means of intimidation. This is not abnormal for human groups to eat people. I made a video, it's one of my As a True videos, I forget which one. I think it's one of the As a True Ain't All That in a Bag of Chips. Germanic peoples and even Celtic peoples are known to have eaten people, and of course cannibalism is a common practice when starvation ensues. So it's not an uncommon thing or nothing that crazy. However, when it's still practiced in the modern day, it's a little kooky, and that's what you see with things like the, in Liberia and places like that, where, again, it is used as a means of intimidation, but it's also being practiced in a modern day era. Most of the Native Americans chilled out once they discovered Catholicism, but I also want to be very clear. Latin America exists because Spaniards cultivated and calmed down the indigenous people in that region. The United States exists because white people of German, English, Dutch, and other European peoples came here and created a United States on the continent here. Not that I'm saying that it's not a blending of the native cultures and the European cultures, especially in Latin America, that's very prevalent. And I also explained to this guy, the difference between how in the north we tried to we're going to get along with the Native Americans, peace, love, whatever. And then we had so many broken treaties with them because they'd lie to us and sell us other tribes' lands. And then, of course, this tribe would get in a tiff with that tribe that we were allied with. And that's kind of what happened. And, of course, he brought up Andrew Jackson and Manifest Destiny. Oh, Manifest Destiny. That's the common one. I'm also going to leave a link to History versus Thomas Jefferson. My point is this, I'm not Thomas was it Thomas Jefferson? No, Andrew Jackson. I'm sorry, Andrew Jackson. He said Thomas Jefferson. He meant Andrew Jackson. My point is this. My point is that, unfortunately, too many white people have too much white guilt, and they want to cry for the poor brown people. Again, if whites were, especially in North America, if whites were going to exterminate Native Americans, there's a whole hell of a lot of them around. And then we gave them free land, free housing, free food, free medicine. They a lot of times choose to have the federal government manage their gaming rights because their own tribes are so corrupt. I mean, come on, it just doesn't pan out. There was no purposeful annihilation of the complete people of the indigenous North Americans. It just did not happen. And in South America, the way the Spanish conquered it, there's whole Native American countries like Guatemala and Peru. And, Guatemala's in North America, but you know what I mean. Guatemala, Peru, Mexico, most Mexicans are majority Native American. My point is the way the Spanish conquered, which was not like us, where they said, do what we say or we will annihilate you. They obeyed the Spaniards, and the Spaniards didn't have to keep killing them back every time they decided to commit terrorist actions against the colonists. Also, Spain was crappy at managing their colonies, and really Spain only got into it for the gold and the natural resources, and then jumped ship the second they could and left the colonies to govern themselves into chaos. So that's actually how we got La Florita. But the point that I am making here is too many white people are confused on history because they learn what they learn in school and they learn what they learn in college and they go, well, that must be true. Somebody that's smarter than me said it. But that's not really true. You have to look beyond that.